the Holy Ghost directed me to start doing this. So I'm just kind of stepping out in the trust that it will be helpful to some people as we go forward. And I'm taking this same kind of live format and baking it into a podcast. So if that's something that's of interest to you, I could certainly, you could jump onto that and subscribe to the podcast over on Apple Podcasts or something. Just look for the David Lee Martin Show and you'll find it. Let me just share this to my page. There we go. And so today, actually, what I want to talk about is just really, it's really from a business perspective, you know, because Lana and I run an online business. We run a Christian publishing company that's doing really well. We also run an online kind of creative school where we help people kind of take their value online, either through books or blogs or online courses, to training people, teaching people how to do that. But one thing that I found, if you're looking to go into online business, if you're looking to take your value online, is it can be very, very overwhelming. And I wrote a blog post on my website, davidleemartin.com today, called Simple is Hard to Get To. It's actually a line that I read in a book that I just received. And it's just such a great line and so true. Simple is hard to get to, but what I want to encourage you is it does not need to be complicated to get there. You know, building an online presence, building online products, online courses, writing and publishing books does not have to be complicated. And yet, as soon as you enter into this world of online marketing, there are so many different working parts. There are so many different things that you will come across that you will be you can very quickly get lost in the weeds, and you can think that there's got to be, like, you've got to have all of these different things in place. You've got to be everywhere all the time, be like that face. You've got to reach everyone, etc., etc., etc. But all of that, really, although some people may be able to do that with their huge staff, you know, for most of us, you know, it's actually quite unrealistic. And we can end up expending a lot of our energy trying to be something in the marketplace that really we're not in a position to be. You know, we're not in the place to become or be that person yet. We really do have to learn to be just simply who we are and just turn up and just show up in an authentic and a very real way. And then look for ways to crystallize that value into valuable, helpful products or publications. You know, I was just thinking of some of the kind of lingo that surrounds going online and digitizing your value, okay, so you can reach people and help people. And some of you may even be kind of bilingual, okay? You may speak your language of birth, marketing, okay? Understand this. For others of you who just know you've got and want to get it out to other people, you may find that it's somewhat confusing once you begin to step into this jungle. I'm just thinking, like what I've written down here. Do I need a funnel? What even is a funnel? Should I create a tripwire, a freebie, a lead magnet, or a capture page? Do I need landing pages and an LMS, an autoresponder and automations? YouTube, Insta, Facebook, Clubhouse, Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, offers, opt-ins, open loops, headlines, subheads, body copy and bonuses, subject lines, hook points, high ticket, masterminds, mini courses, pixels, scripts, keywords, metrics, USPs, LTDs, VSLs, MVPs, software as a service. Like pretty soon you begin to wonder, like, what happened to this dream of the like this online business giving me the freedom that I'm looking for. You just all of the different things that you can like be. I can't say deceived because that's too strong a word, but you can fall into the trap of thinking that you have to know and understand all of these different things before you can begin to step out and share your value with the world. Actually, it's just not true. You just need to do a few things very well. You know what? Um, our dream, okay, the dream of stepping out, the dream of becoming, the dream of sharing value with the world and really bringing your worth to the table in some kind of digitized form is, like I say, it's like this overgrown jungle of opportunity. Yeah. And, it's very easy to get lost in a jungle, but you do not need to get lost. What you need to come back to, I think, if you feel overwhelmed, is that. Really, business of any kind, online or offline, is simply an exchange of value. Yeah, we've got to remember that value for value is the exchange that we're making. And you have something valuable to bring. You have something to bring to other people that can help them, that can build them, that can kind of take them that next step in their journey. You can be a guide to lead people to that next step. You can be an inspiration. You can actually equip them potentially with kind of new skills and upskill people to move forward. There's so many different ways in which your value can turn up and show up in the marketplace. But at the end of the day, it literally is just value for value exchange. And as well, I kind of swing round to this one every so often because there's such an emphasis on making money sometimes in the online space. Is that I have to remind myself that seriously, the richest man on the planet is the one who is called content. A content man is far richer than any dude who's absolutely just chasing the wind every day. We want to be in a place where we can enjoy the journey. Understand that the reason you are building a business is not so you can serve the business, but so the business can serve you and the lifestyle that you want to build. And by that, it may be, but like it doesn't necessarily mean Lamborghinis and some mansion on a hill somewhere. The lifestyle that many of us want to build is one in which we have freedom to enjoy and serve our family, enjoy and serve our community, and really bring a contribution in various capacities. And I encourage you, an online business can do that, through publications, platforms, through courses, whatever else it may be. There is a huge opportunity open right now, just begging for people to come in and bring value. Sometimes when you're actually in the goldfish bowl, yeah, all you hear offers and voices and just all of the different things that are available, and you can feel as though kind of you're just swamped in the noise. You're just swamped under so many different offers and courses and different things. But honestly, most of the world is not living in the same bowl. Yeah, once you get into this online world, just the very nature of it is retargeting you at every junction. And so you can get to the point where you think, man, everyone is doing this. But it's not true, man. A small percentage of people have actually taken the courageous step to begin to build out their platform and share their value with the world in a digitized way. So yeah, I just encourage you, don't be overwhelmed. It's um to get to simple, sometimes we really do have to pass through complex, learning the skills. It can feel like it's hard yards. It can feel like it's going to be, it's overwhelming, all of the different parts. But really just come back, understand that you're going through that, and what seems complicated today will not be complicated tomorrow. Before we arrive at easy, sometimes we have to pass through hard. This growth thing, this becoming a bigger person, this stepping beyond your insecurities thing is hard. I'm not going to lie. Do you know what I mean? It's not an easy thing to do, but it is worth it. Yeah, worth it for you, but especially worth it for the people that you're called to minister to and help and reach and build. Before we know peace, often we face confusion. That the journey to peace is often through quite a battleground of emotional upheaval, spiritual resistance, and so we need to understand that the journey that we are on is one that's already been conquered. It's one that's already been won. It's the one that you have been shaped for and made for. But it doesn't mean that you won't fight a few battles along the way. But again, you can do it. When things begin to seem complicated and complex, I would suggest just coming back to your why. Ask yourself, what am I here for? And in what way can I help someone get from A to B? Yeah. Find someone, one person that you can take on that journey and help them get there. In fact, I was just talking to a friend of mine only just this past hour, and she was saying exactly that. Know what you're here for. Like, know how you can help someone get from A to B, and then find one person that you can take on that journey and help them get there. Document the pathway that delivers the desired result, and then share the pathway. Yeah, sell the document. And as you do so, you grow in confidence and understanding of how the machinery of this whole online marketplace will work. With every experiment, you expand your experience. So instead of waiting for some kind of perfect place somewhere off in the future, I encourage you just to keep pressing through your present questions. Paul the Apostle said this, and I mean, what he was facing was somewhat more kind of stringent and intense than what most of us face. But he said, that as we pass through troubles and rejoice in the difficulties and the sufferings, as we allow ourselves to handle and tackle and push through the pressure that sometimes comes and the hardship that we feel as we are growing, it says it produces patient and unswerving endurance. Endurance and fortitude then develops in our character an approved faith and a tried integrity. And then the character that is built within us produces a habit of joyful and confident hope. So don't be fearful to step out and offer your service to the world. Keep it simple, communicate it clearly. Don't wrap your worth in kind of just worthless complications. Try and keep things as streamlined and as simple as you can, especially at the outset. You don't need some big complicated 56-part funnel to help someone. You just need to reach out and just deliver some value. Just do it. It doesn't have to be complicated. And as you do that, you'll become more and like continue your education, you'll grow and you will become extremely good at like facing that fear and just sharing what is in you with the world. Patiently build and ship. patiently build something and ship it. Lots of people spend all their time just patiently building, but they never actually ship it. They never actually just put it out there for people to engage with. That is such an important part of the equation. It's not just building something, it's not just writing something, it's not just writing the book or creating the videos or whatever. The real rubber hits the road when you just finally just put it out there. And then as you do that, then you can perfect. So sometimes people get the equation the wrong way around, and they have, I've got to perfect everything before I can build and ship it. But actually, you build it, you ship it, and then you go into the process of perfecting it. You know, I promise you that the most elegant systems are not the most elaborate. The systems and the yoke that Jesus has us walk with is not a heavy one to bear. Yeah? He is not, Jesus is not complicated. And he does not want you to be tangled up in the weeds in your desire to share your worth with the world. It should not be difficult. It should be joyful. Consistency, yeah, you know, persistency, patience. Is persistency a word? I'm not even sure. It rhymes with consistency, so I used it. Consistency, persistency, patience, and I should really add prayer in one direction over time. These are the things that play most powerfully into building a prosperous life and business. There's a verse in Proverbs that oh no, that's not the Proverbs one, is it? Let me have a look here. Yeah, a verse in Proverbs says, "The hand of the diligent maketh rich." You know, I encourage you, you know, choose one pathway that fits your personality, maybe one platform that you can build on, and persist in it with this simplicity in mind. Don't overcomplicate the processes required to take your audience from their A through to their B. Yeah, and don't think that you've got to take someone from like way over in the west to the far reaches of the east to make it something of value. Sometimes just taking someone one or two steps further in their journey and toward their desire is hugely valuable to people, because sometimes those steps have in their heart, in their mind, in their belief system, there's a huge wall that stands there. And so what to you at this point may seem like a tiny step, to some people is a huge leap forward. And you need to understand that you know, probably where you are at right now, you've overcome a lot of things to get to be the person that you are, and to stand as you do in your knowledge, in your experience. And that in itself is tremendously valuable. So don't overcomplicate the process. Complexity honestly does not sell. You know, simplicity works and serves your customer better, your audience better, and perhaps more importantly, it's going to serve you better as you begin to step out, and also you'll stay sane. We really do not need a bunch of burnt out people. We want joyful people. We want to be, as kingdom people, we want to deliver joy into the marketplace. We don't want to just kind of bring a bunch of burdens that we place on the world, let's face it. So, you know, most of the time, if we're honest, you know, we don't need to know or do more. We just need to do what we know. Most of the time, we don't need to know or do more. We just need to do what we know. So I encourage you today, step out, be bold, despite the questions, just press through. And whatever you do, don't think that you've got to have like a million things in place before you actually begin to share your journey with other people. Who knows where that sharing of your journey might lead for you and for the people who engage and connect with you. So, hey, God bless you. Have a great day. And I will see you tomorrow.